Good morning, ladies. I hope the weekend was fabulous. I want to talk about a question that I got last week about Pilates versus strength training. Pilates has kind of taken the fitness world by storm as of late, and Pilates has been around for a very long time. I actually remember my mom ordering a Pilates machine when I was a little girl, and it just sat in our basement unused. I didn't know what it was. But anywho, the title of this live is Pilates versus strength training. What is best for women in midlife? And of course, this goes for every woman, but in terms of midlife, things start to shift hormonally, muscularly. And so there's definitely some benefits to both. And I want to break things down. What is best really depends on your goals, your lifestyle, possibly your body, if you have any injuries as well. Now, strength training in midlife or just in general, great for bone health. It builds bone density. And the thing is, and this is actually the scary stat, is that 1 in 4 women will likely get osteoporosis in Canada. In the United States, it's upwards of 50%, 1 in 2, which is wild to me. So lifting weights, strength training is one of the best things that you can do to maintain bone density and to just decrease that risk of osteoporosis or even like osteoarthritis as well. It's great for increasing muscle mass. It helps to build and preserve muscle mass in our 30s. Crazy. In our 30s, it starts to naturally decline with age. Strength training can obviously prevent that from happening. It boosts your metabolism. It boosts your resting metabolic rate, which just makes fat loss and maintaining your weight a lot easier. It improves daily movement, lifting, carrying, stairs. Of course, it helps to increase your strength and your function, and it decreases your fall risk, which, like I just mentioned about osteoporosis, if you do end up falling in around menopause or like post-menopause and you do not have strong bones, there's a good chance of you breaking a bone. And I don't even want to go into the stats of hip fractures. It's actually really scary, like the mortality rates of breaking hips and women actually dying from those. I don't want this to be a negative live, but I guess I'm just like spitting out facts because it's scary of women actually dying from complications of those hip fractures. It's also great for hormonal support. It can improve your insulin sensitivity. I talk a lot about eating for blood sugar balance, moving after your meals, eating your meals in a specific order, protein forward, lots of fiber, eating your carbs, after you've eaten those foods. It just helps with glucose sensitivity. It helps your body to manage the carbs that you are eating. And I'm not saying that carbs are a bad thing. We absolutely need carbs. It's your body's like main source of fuel. That's what gives you that quick energy. Plus carbs are delicious. And you're getting, carbs in fruits, in vegetables. We always think carbs come in the form of like breads and pastas, but you can also get carbs in sweet potatoes and rice, which are all, I think, fantastic sources of carbohydrates. Now let's switch gears to Pilates. Pilates is great for core strength. If you've ever spent any amount of time doing Pilates, you will notice that you have to engage those deep core muscles. So it helps to stabilize and strengthen your core, which can improve your posture. It can improve your back strength, which a lot of people do struggle with. It will improve your mobility and flexibility. It can improve your joint range. Not saying that strength training doesn't do that, because in all of the programs that I create for you, I am a huge advocate of mobility and flexibility of the joints, something that I used to skip in my 20s and early 30s, being completely honest. It has completely changed my body composition going into like my late 30s, early 40s. Less inflammation, less pain, less creaking. Like, I feel really good, and that's because I spend way more time doing mobility and flexibility. But let's get back to the topic at hand here, Pilates. It helps with posture and alignment. So I kind of touched on that already, but it can help to decrease any aches or pains that come with midlife. And as I mentioned, you can get that in a proper strength training program as well. It helps with creating like that mind-muscle connection. If you've ever done Pilates, you are moving slowly with control, and there's constant tension on your muscles. So it really forces you to pay attention to utilizing those muscles properly, because it's like if you've got a band and you're doing, I'm just going to do a bicep curl because it's easy to show. If you've got a band, you're resisting on the upward and you're also resisting on the downward, where strength training is a little bit different. It's going to be a lot harder to bring the dumbbell here, where it's going to be a lot easier to lengthen that muscle. Pilates can also help to prevent injuries. It just kind of like stabilizes all those little intricate muscles that you might not necessarily get from a traditional strength training program. Now, the ideal approach would be obviously to combine both. If you love Pilates, but you also want all of those fantastic benefits of strength training, then I would combine the two to 3 strength training sessions and like 1 to 2 Pilates, just because strength, you're getting benefits for your bones, your muscles, your hormones, your metabolism, mobility as well, if you're spending that time doing mobility, which you should. And then Pilates, you're going to get more like posture alignment, core, that deep core engagement, and some mobility as well. If your priority is body composition, energy, aging strong, thriving, then I truly think that strength training should be your foundation. If your priority is mobility, core health, back health, then Pilates can be your foundation, but ideally you want to pair Pilates with strength training. Not bashing Pilates whatsoever. I try to include some at least once a week. I do kind of a Pilates yoga mix on the Down Dog app that I use. I think it's fantastic. It has definitely strengthened my core, because I don't necessarily love doing traditional core work. I would much rather do deadlifts and presses and pulls and squats and all of that stuff. But hopefully that answers your questions about Pilates versus strength training. If you have any more, please let me know, and I will gladly answer. Enjoy the rest of your day.